Hey everybody, welcome to Robbie Rants Live. How are you doing out there? I am Rockin Robbie Billups here for Pop Culture Philosophers for a Robbie Rants Live here on October 21st, 2018. I hope everybody is having a wonderful weekend, getting ready for a new week. Good, fun, exciting times, getting close to Halloween. So today we're going to be kind of talking about Halloweeny type stuff and all that jazz. So once you guys come in here, let me know who you are, what you're doing, what's up, what you've been reading, what you've been liking. We usually start out the show with just a little bit of chit chat, and then we get into what is coming up this week in comic books, and then we usually wrap up after a little bit of Q&A with some show and tell. And I've got a bunch of exciting Halloweeny horror type things here to show off, some Universal Monsters type stuff, some McDonald's Halloweeny type stuff, and some more slasher oriented type stuff as well. So lots of fun stuff here on Pop Culture Philosophers Robbie Rants Live tonight. I know, Chewy, that was a devastating ending to a very, it promised to be a very exciting ending, and then it turned out to be very devastating. Talking about the Cowboys games versus Washington, it's a rough one. Hated to take that loss, but it happens. Auburn won this weekend, so that's exciting. We actually won a game. That's exciting. I have been getting back into the NBA after not really paying too much attention for the last couple of years. LeBron moving to LA, that's a big story. I was a Lakers fan in the 90s. I switched from a Lakers fan to a Heat fan when Kobe kind of outed Shaquille O'Neal over to Miami. So I was a Miami Heat fan. And so I like the Heat and I like the Lakers. And so I watched the Lakers game last night, and it was an exciting game. Of course, they lost. They're 0-2. But I'm having a lot of fun watching the NBA again, like getting back into it, like really fun. I forgot how fun watching basketball is. It's a very fast-paced, super fun game. What's up, Brett? What's up, Sebastian? What's up, Rondo throwing them punches last night against Chris Paul. Anybody see that? It was crazy. What's up, Juan? What's up, Don King 18? What's up, S Squared? How you doing? Man, I loved Solo. I thought Solo was a great movie. I know a lot of people are kind of like hating on Star Wars just because, and a lot of people just legitimately don't like these films. But man, I thought Solo was awesome. Yeah, Eagles lost too, but go Cam Newton. Being an Auburn fan, I like to see Cam do well. That sucks for the Eagles, but I'm kind of glad that the Cowboys and the Eagles have the same record. Of course, you got a better divisional record, so you're ahead of us right now. But man, Washington. Who would have thought that Washington was who we needed to be concerned about? But our division is going to totally be like that till the end. I think it's just going to be kind of neck and neck. Maybe one team will pull away. I don't know. Brett, I had a quick run when I was into hockey back in the day. I was a Rangers fan. I haven't watched or paid attention to hockey in a long time. Now, I know my homie Schaefer is a huge Predators fan. Of course, that's the closest NHL team, I think, to where I am, is the Nashville Predators. I know they've done pretty decent recently. Weren't they in a Stanley Cup or something, or in the playoffs or something? I haven't been paying attention. But hockey's a fun game. We have a local team, the Havoc, and they're very exciting, very fun to go see. So what's up, Stephanie? How are you doing? What's up, Iron Galactus? I mean, the fight, there's two ways to approach it. Number one, you could be like, fighting in professional sports, throwing punches, it's unacceptable. No place for it, right? The other hand, you're like, that was exciting TV, wasn't it? I'm sorry. Rondo's Bush League. Well, so is Chris Paul. He put his finger all up in his face. Come on. I would have said the same thing about Rondo back in the day, especially that time when he was with the Celtics, because I hate the Celtics. But now that he's with the Lakers, I kind of dig him. Go Hawks? Is that a basketball thing? Are you talking about the Atlanta Hawks? Or is that a hockey team? I forgot all about hockey stuff. What's up, Monty? Yeah, I'm a huge Universal Monsters fan, and I got a couple little Wolfman things I'll show off later on at the end of the stream. What's up, Robbie? How you doing? Another Robbie B in the house. Man, tough loss for the Cowboys today, Robbie. That was so rough to watch that. It's a terrible way to lose. I don't know if LeBron. I mean, I'm not a basketball expert. Has LeBron lost the passion? I don't know. I think he's still a good player. I love how he gets others involved. There were some great plays in the game last night from the Lakers. I can't remember the dude's name right. Is it McGee, the center? That dude, fantastic. I thought he did a hell of a job yesterday. But the Rockets are really, really good. So I don't know. It's just been really fun to watch basketball. And I haven't really watched it in a long time. I watched it at the gym. Like, I watched the Heat when they were in the playoffs earlier this year. Was it the Pacers that they were playing that got put them out? That's fun stuff. So I don't know if he's uninspired. It's a new system. It's a new team. For LA, it's a new team as well. And now they're going to have to deal with some suspensions coming. Did they even talk about that yet? Have they even come down on what the suspensions are going to be? I don't know. Rondo spit. Well, there's a part of me that's like, that's terrible. Then there's part of me that's like, that's pretty funny. The magic spit. Keith Hernandez one time spit on Cosmo Kramer. Allegedly. It didn't really happen, did it? There was a second spitter. Anybody Seinfeld fans? You get that? Okay. I haven't seen the footage, though, of Rondo spitting. That's funny. Browns lost. Ravens lost. Yeah. Steelers play next week. My girl is a Steelers fan. Love of my life. And so I root for the Steelers for her. You were late a little bit, Nelson, to the Hockey Top. Welcome, by the way. My basic idea was that I haven't really followed hockey in a while, and now I'm kind of without a team, and I guess I should choose a team to follow. My heart wants to go towards the Predators because they're close. My buddy Schaefer is a big fan of theirs, and he's my homie. But historically, I've been a Rangers fan. That was back in the day. Ottawa, that's right. Awesome. Do you like hockey? I guess it's a stereotype that Canadians like hockey. But I think it's kind of true, isn't it? No, my chat box is not under my screen at all. It's over there. Everybody's talking about Rondo spit on Chris Paul. It's just so silly, isn't it? But, other than that, it was a good game. I'm glad that happened at the end of the game. Did it cost the Lakers the victory? No. The Lakers can't hit threes right now, and they got terrible defense. That's what it seems like. A Back to the Future levitating DeLorean? That is super, super cool. If you happen, Rondo, if you happen to be a member of the PCP Army on Facebook, or if you're not, you should get on there, and you should share us a picture of that because that seems awesome. Yeah, Ingram, the way he came back, though, that was a little much, but that was straight up like, whoa, the dude is throwing down. Dude is throwing down. Heck yeah. But yeah, I don't have my chat's still over here on the sign. Interesting. Someone keeps asking me about Comicsgate. It's Sebastian. How you doing? Why do you want to know about Comicsgate? I don't really think too much about Comicsgate. I try not to. I myself, not a member of Comicsgate. I think Comicsgate is kind of silly. I think if you don't like a comic book, you tell us you don't like it, and then you move on, and you find a comic book that you do like. It seems like Comicsgate kind of targets like people of color, or people that are like maybe transgender people, or people of different sexual orientations than them, anybody that's not like of themselves. I don't know. I'm not about that at all. I'm not about attacking a comic book because of the creator and who they are, right? Now, I can say John Byrne's a douchebag. Like, apparently that's the truth, right? I love John Byrne's artwork. I love John Byrne's writing. I love a lot of John Byrne's stuff, right? So I'm not about attacking the creators. I think that's an element of the Comicsgate thing that is like the worst. Is like, you don't attack the creators because of who they are, because of the color of their skin, or their sexual orientations, or their gender identity, or anything like that. Like, I don't think that's cool to do. That's just me personally. I don't identify with Comicsgate. I think it's a silly movement. The movement's got some traction, but there's a lot of divisiveness in our society right now. But I am against Comicsgate, if anybody wants to know. I am all about what I love in comics. I want to celebrate the positivity in this industry. That's the purpose of this channel. I want to talk about what we love, what fills us with passion. Because when you really focus on what you hate, you're not learning anything about yourself. But when you really focus on, like, what do you like, and then you start thinking about, why do I like what I like? Why does Superman resonate with me? What does Superman represent within my soul? What can I learn from that? I think by focusing on the things that we enjoy, we get, first of all, more enjoyment out of things, and we also move forward a little bit more. I think we learn more. The Flyers. Chewy likes the Flyers. I hear they're good. Man, 1975 is a really fun book. I'm loving the hell out of it. Issue 2 made the pick of the week. I thought it was seriously the best, most well-done comic book of the week. Fantastic stuff. Got a Maple Leafs fan. Okay. You know, Stephanie, I don't read Daredevil right now. I don't really like and respond very well to what Charles Soule is doing on that book, so I just don't read it. I love Phil Noto, though. I met him like back in the day, like 2001 or something like that, in Chicago at a Wizard World. He did me an Elektra sketch, like a headshot. Super cool guy. Seemed very nerdy, but I love his art style. It's simple, it's unique, it's stylistic, but it's just something about it's very elegant to me. I really like his stuff. What's up, L Dubs? How you doing, buddy? Welcome on to the live stream here on Robbie Rants Live. I agree with Lance that, you know, we read the stuff we like. I mean, so I'd like sometimes, like, I'm not liking a book, but I stick with it to see what the writer's going to do. I did that with Tom King's Batman, and I'm really glad I did, because there we go. I'm loving it right now. You know, I read the first issue of Hexwives, Bobby, and I thought it was all right. It didn't blow me away quite like Border Town did, but it was pretty decent. That'll be coming out very, very soon. Daredevil's one of my, I think Daredevil's a great character over at Marvel, and he's got some of the best runs on superhero comic books, especially the street level. Frank Miller, Ed Brubaker, Brian Michael Bendis, and Alex Maleev, Mark Waid, Denny O'Neil, all creators that have had exceptional runs on Daredevil. And Kevin Smith, David Mack. Good stuff. I think Parts of a Whole by David Mack and Joe Quesada and Jimmy Palmiotti is, like, seriously one of the most underappreciated Daredevil stories out there. It introduced Echo, but it was also just a great story. So good. I have not watched Titans yet, Juan. I'm gonna do I got a week trial, you know, and I'm gonna do that. I was gonna do it this weekend. Turned out this weekend's pretty busy. Next weekend's even busier, so I'll probably do it the weekend after that, and just binge watch the first few, do like a little bit of a review, and decide if I want to continue on with the DC service. Thor was a great book, Nelson. Nelson wants to know what everybody's pick of the week was. That's a great question. What was everybody's pick of the week? Mine was 1975 number 2. Nelson's was Thor number 6. A fantastic book. I loved it. Stephanie says Black Hammer. That was a great book too. It was a great book this week. There was some really solid books this week. Yeah, I'm loving what Tom King's doing on Batman right now too. I had some up and downs with it, especially from like issue 20 to 40, but I started coming around on it. Yeah, Border Town's great. Really good. You know, the last issue of Batman, Nelson, was not, I thought, the strongest. The one right before that, I really liked the KG Beast stuff. This one I liked, and I liked the pace of it. But what was interesting to me about the kid story is that we are led to believe that whole time that the kid story is being told to a young KG Beast, right? Then we find out that it's Bruce. And so I think he's showing that Bruce and someone like KG Beast, like Bruce and his villains, they're not that different. And like, I know that's something a lot of writers do. It's not a new, unique thing. But to do it with KG Beast, right, especially in the current political climate, I think that's kind of interesting. And it's something I want to think more on. But I did think that was interesting. Yeah, Dead Kings comes out this week, a new book from Aftershock Comics, written by Steve Orlando. I'm looking forward to checking that one out too, Brett. Yeah, it does look good. You know, Tony Daniels' artwork just feels a little rushed right now. I like that they brought in Mark Buckingham to do the children's story in it. I thought he was a great artist to do that kind of fill-in. So I like that. But Tony Daniels' work on the Booster Gold story, I thought was some of the best work of his career. This one, not so much. And I really don't like the whole direction right now that they're taking Nightwing into. It just feels like, I'll be honest with you, it feels like DC has almost never known what to do with Nightwing, except for when Chuck Dixon and then Devin Grayson were doing the solo series. Like, that stuff was good, and his place in the Batman world and the Bat family was cemented, and it was good, and it made sense. He's in another city. It's near Gotham, right? There we go. He became a police officer for a while. That was an interesting take on how he comes up against that, because the ideology there is completely different from Bruce. Cops use guns, for instance. I thought that was some great stuff, but ever since, and a lot of people blame Dan DiDio. It seems like Dan DiDio does not really like Rick Grayson very much. I'm not the hugest Grayson fan, but I love that initial Chuck Dixon and then subsequent Devin Grayson run on Nightwing. But it seems like, especially since the New 52, they have not known what to do with Grayson ever since he stopped being Batman. And I think that was one of the dangers. Dick had a natural story that eventually led to him being Batman. Prodigal, he became Batman, but that was definitely different than when Grant Morrison did it, because they thought Bruce was done. He thought he was going to be Batman from now on, right? Once they bring him back to Nightwing from that, it's almost like the character's gotten so far up. It's like if you work at a company and you're like the manager, right? And then they knock you down to just a normal level employee. Like, that's just, no direction there, right? I think Nightwing's kind of doing that. They're trying to shake it up, do some different things. I think they're trying to make it more in line with the attitude of the character from the Titans show, which I haven't watched the Titans show yet, but it seems like he's got a more edgy Jason Todd type attitude. My whole thing is, we got Jason Todd. Grayson's supposed to be something different. He's supposed to be the more optimistic, hopeful one, right? More so than Tim, definitely more so than Jason and Damian, right? But I don't know. That's just what I feel. A lot of art these days does look rushed, especially at DC when they use multiple inkers and sometimes multiple pencilers as well. But it happens. I missed some comments. I'm going back. Luke Cage, I don't think was critically bad, or panned or anything. So Iron Fist being canceled makes sense. Luke Cage, it makes us think now. Are they making way for a Heroes for Hire show? Or are they just wiping all that clear so that when the Disney streaming service starts, they can do something there? Here's the thing, though. Those actors are going to be those characters in the MCU, right? They're not going to recast. So if they want to use Luke Cage or Iron Fist again, they're going to use those actors. I'm using Mike Coulter and Cat's name. I don't know his name. They're going to use those actors. But it'd be a shame to see them. And now you're thinking like Punisher. Is there going to be a Punisher? They've already talked about Punisher season 2, right? So that will probably be it. I think they'll all hit 2. I think at this point they're going to just wipe them out, and they'll use it again in some other form. Maybe, I don't know. I would love a Heroes for Hire show, though. I would love it. Someone asked me on the weekly pop culture wrap up this morning, who would I want? I want Luke Cage. I want Iron Fist. I want Misty Knight. I want Colleen. Right, those 4. So the Daughters of the Dragon and Luke and Danny. And then introduce Shang-Chi. Let's do that. Let's do it. What's up, David? How are you doing? I have only seen Luke Cage season 1. First 6 episodes or whatever, great. Then it just falls apart. Once Diamondback shows up, the show falls apart for me. Yeah, the Nightwing name change seems weird. I am a very casual Transformers fan, Sebastian. I like some of the toys. I love Soundwave and Optimus Prime. I love Starscream. I like Megatron. I've watched the cartoon when I was a kid, and even recently as an adult. I enjoy the cartoon immensely. I don't like any of the live action films. I've only seen the first 2 though. And I've never really been able to get into the comic books because it just feels like so heavy, lost, sometimes a little verbose, a little too just stagnant with the scripts for me, at least from the IDW stuff. But I want to. That being said, I loved the Transformers versus Visionary series this year, but mostly because I love that interpretation of the Visionaries. And I thought that was really, really cool. So that's what I think about IDW and Transformers. My favorite IDW book, especially licensed, of recent memory has been Jim and the Holograms. I think Jim and the Holograms has been fantastic. That book has been truly, truly outrageous. You know, the Nightwing name change, Dick to Rick, I get it. They're getting rid of all the Dick in the Bat family right now. That right there, what I just said, is probably going to get this video demonetized, by the way. But who cares, right? Who's the next Titan to die? What Titans are dying? What are we talking about? What are we talking about? The comic books? Are we talking about the show? I have no idea. What Titan? Oh, are we talking about because of Roy and Wally? Yeah, probably Garth. Garth seems the most expendable, right? I think they got a cool Aqualad now, and then they bring back Garth. It feels like Garth hasn't had a place since the Peter David run of Aquaman wrapped up. Maybe the Devin Grayson run of Titans wrapped up. But Garth has not really had a place in the comic books for a long time. Even now, I don't like the Garth that's been going on from Rebirth on. I don't really dig it. I've never been the biggest Titans fan though, but I do like Garth. Talking about Aqualad, because I'm a huge Aquaman fan, and I really thought that the character was done very well in the Peter David Aquaman run, which me and Brooks are going to be talking about in December on Comics Revisited. We'll be talking about the Peter David Aquaman, and we'll be talking about the Jeff Johns Aquaman. So 2 weeks of Aquaman on Comics Revisited. Nelson, I've heard the second season of Luke Cage was really good, and I'm eager to check it out. I definitely am probably going to watch Daredevil season 3 first, though. I'm hearing amazing things about that, and I'm super stoked. Are you asking, Juan, if Scott Snyder is obsessed with the drowning Earth because of the wake? It seems like a definite fear, and it seems like, it's a possibility. What would happen in a scenario like that? So yeah, probably. He's probably trying to. I think a lot of story is us projecting our fears of the future out so that we can look at them, deal with them, and somehow, like, in our consciousness, like, move past them, right? I don't know. Does that make sense? So a drowned Earth is a legitimate fear for a lot of people with climate change and stuff like that. So there you go. It comes out in story. My opinion about Robert Kirkman. I think Robert Kirkman is a great talent. He's not near my favorite writer. I think his writing is a little clunky. I think it gets a little unnecessarily verbose and dialogue-y without being, like, snappy, right? His dialogue's not snappy. If you're going to have a lot of dialogue, I want it to be snappy. I want it to be poppy. I want it to be like Aaron Sorkin, Brian Michael Bendis type stuff, right? I want the dialogue to flow very, very well. His dialogue doesn't flow so well for me. His stories, Walking Dead, for instance, meanders out a lot. My top 5 horror comics video I do, I think I talk a little smack about The Walking Dead in there. Just a little bit, because it's not really zombie horror. It's survival horror. Does that make sense? Kirkman is all right in some things that he does. That being said, I think Oblivion Song has been really good from this point forward. I've only read the first 2 books of Invincible. I hear Invincible is amazing. I definitely want to check out more of that. But Kirkman is all right. I think he's an all right writer. He's not someone that I follow just because, but it's somebody that I do respect. And obviously with The Walking Dead, to create that story, to create those writers, to lead into that show, to be that successful, I mean, that's a lot of talent, a lot of creativity there. So there you go. That's my opinion about Kirkman. I'm excited about this GoBots comic coming up, James. I really, really am. The guy that's doing the art, is it Tom Sicoli or something like that? I like his art style. He did that Transformers G.I. Joe thing. I like his style. I loved GoBots growing up. I had more GoBots as a kid than I had Transformers. So that's exciting to me. I'm really looking forward to it. I didn't read the source. That didn't even come in my shop. What book is that? Someone mentioned I should check out the source. What company is that from? Reggie, there is a lot going on in Justice League. It's absolutely my favorite superhero comic book on shelves right now because there's so much going on. I love books, especially when it comes to Justice League, that are big, epic. They happen so fast, so many ideas, so many concepts that I have to go back, reread, rethink, stuff like that. It makes me feel like my $3.99 is well spent when I have to go back, read, study, digest, stuff like that. Justice League is a book like that for me right now. I think it's doing an amazing job. But in the middle of all this big epic stuff, there's all this small, like personal stuff, especially like in that issue where Superman's rebuilding the moon, things like that. I'm loving it right now. But it's not going to be for everybody. Not going to be for everybody. Yeah, DC in November does look good. I'm pumped for Shazam. I have read Green Lantern #1. Very exciting. First time I read it, I was like, that's interesting. Seems neat. Feels a little 2000 AD, very early Morrison, very early British invasion, if that makes sense. I read it a second time and loved it even more. Saw more of the layers that were put down. Some more of the... Hal Jordan is kind of a D-bag, right? So Morrison's going to write him that way. But at the same time, some of his ideas about the other lanterns and the core concept that's going to like be the threat is really, really cool. So on second reading, like a lot of Morrison stuff, I enjoyed it immensely more. I plan on reading it one more time before it actually comes out. Because I really like it. Liam Sharp's artwork is very, very cool. It definitely feels very like early British invasion type style from Morrison and Sharp. It feels like a 2000 AD comic strip. And I think that's a really cool approach for Green Lantern. Scout Comics. Okay. I need to check that one out. The Mall, I remember really digging on that Free Comic Book Day issue, but I haven't read anything after that. I don't think I'm going to watch the Bumblebee movie. I may watch it if I hear it's good, I may watch it when it comes out on like Blu-ray or digital or whatever. So. Heather, I thought Dead Rabbit #1 was really, really good. I thought it was pretty good. Great debut, interesting story, funny, but it had a little bit of heart behind it too. So I'm excited to see future issues of that. Alexander, I did not like the Venom movie very, very much. I have a movie review up here for our Movie Monday show. We did that video. So that's the last Movie Monday that's up. For those of you that care about Movie Monday, it's on a hiatus until November right now. I kind of got loaded up with things and I just needed to like take a break. Next weekend is completely a big break. There will be no weekly pop culture wrap up. There will be no Robbie Rants Live. Next weekend, there will be no new content because we got a couple parties. I got a show to go to. Next week, I'm going to go see Fitness. I'm super excited for that. Getting ready to celebrate some Halloween time. Nothing's changing about the weekly comic book review, though. That's going to be every week. But the Venom movie, I didn't really like it that much. If you want to know my more full thoughts, I definitely recommend that you check out the Venom review we did on Movie Monday a couple weeks ago. Well, welcome from Turkey. Guilty pleasure comics. Well, here's the thing. I don't really think of many things that I'm into as guilty pleasures because I don't feel guilty about the things that bring me pleasure. But I understand what that means, right? So maybe some comic books that I like that there are some things like, for instance, the 90s Clone Saga. I love it. A lot of comic books from the 90s are some of my guilty pleasure comics. Spider-Man Clone Saga is one of those. John Byrne's reboot of Spider-Man Chapter 1. I love that one. A lot of people don't. That's kind of a guilty pleasure of mine. So maybe some things like that. Right now, though, I don't know, man. I really like that last Rainbow Bright, but I don't think it's a guilty pleasure because it's a very well-done comic book. So I don't know. Casey, I am drinking a straight-to-ale Monkey Knot. There's a can of it right there. It's a local brewery here in my hometown. The straight-to-ale brewery is actually in my old middle school right now. So that's really, really fun. Venom is greater than Halloween. I haven't seen the new Halloween film yet. I'm looking forward to checking it out. I haven't watched it yet. But I just didn't like Venom. I think maybe, you know, I'm going to watch it again when it comes out on home video. I'll probably buy it. I'm that hardcore of a Venom fan. I just feel like they didn't get the character of Eddie Brock down, and I felt like the movie didn't take itself seriously enough. But that's just my preference. I want a Venom movie to take itself a little bit more seriously. John Barber as editor-in-chief of IDW. Who's John Barber? Is that I've seen his name on Transformers books before, I guess. I have no idea about it. I have no opinion on that, I guess. David liked Halloween. Awesome. My worry about Halloween is that it throws back too much to the original. But it's good. Because I love H2O. So I want H4O to be good. I want H4O to be good. I really do. You can't find Monkey Knot in Florida. They are definitely spreading out in the southeast right now. I don't know where they are in Florida right now. I would think that they were, but I know they've gotten out to Tennessee, Georgia, Mississippi, beyond some of those maybe. I don't know exactly how far their distribution lies right now, but Monkey Knot's really, really good. It's an IDW. It's an IPA. It's my normal beer. Yeah, Jeff, I'm curious about the Wally stuff too. I feel like his story from Rebirth was not yet completed. So that's kind of bothersome. Let's get into what's coming out this week. We already talked about Dead Kings. Dead Kings is a new one coming out from Aftershock Comics this week, written by Steve Orlando. Definitely one to check out for. Talking about Aftershock Comics, we got Baby Teeth number 13 out this week, just in time for Halloween. A great underlooked Donny Cates book right now is Baby Teeth. Beyonders number 3 is out this week. High Heaven number 2 from Ahoy Comics is out this week. And from Oni Press, The Long Con number 4. If you haven't been reading The Long Con, I definitely think you should. I think that book is really, really good and one of the sleeper hits of the year so far. Let's start off with Dark Horse Comics. What do we got? Aliens, Dust to Dust number 3. I say start off. We actually started off with Aftershock. Anyway. Beasts of Burden, Wise Dogs, and Eldritch Men number 3 is out this week. Mystery Science Theater 3000 number 2 is out this week. Olivia Twist number 2 is out this week. Whispering Dark number 1 is a new one debuting from Dark Horse Comics out this week. There we go. Dark Horse has some titles out this week, guys. And gals. Guys and Dolls. Not a bad musical. Frank Sinatra. From IDW, we got Judge Dredd Toxic number 1 out this week. Lodger number 1 is a new one. It looks like it has a Latham cover. Is that David Latham doing the book? Not sure. Star Trek Next Generation Terra Incognita number 4 is out this week. Star Wars Tales from Vader's Castle number 4 with a beautiful cover by Francisco Francavilla. Absolutely beautiful. That's what we got from IDW this week. Maybe a Turtles book here and there. Let's look at Boom real quick. Then we'll check out Dynamite. Boom's got Backstagers, a Halloween intermission special, number 1 this week. The Abbott trade paperback, one of my favorite books of the year so far, written by Saladin Ahmed. A great book about a 70s detective in Detroit. Not a detective, she's a journalist in Detroit, and is supernaturally tinged. Really fun stuff. Abbott was a great story. It was 5 issues and done. Good stuff. Coda number 6 is out this week. Labyrinth Coronation number 8 is out this week. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers number 32. Not digging it post Shattered Grid. That's just me. We'll see if it gets better for me. Regular Show 25 Years Later number 5. I'm excited to read that one when it's said and done. When that one completes, I'm going to read it all. Let's look at Dynamite real quick, see if they got anything. They got some Halloween specials, it looks like. An Army of Darkness Halloween special. A Betty Page Halloween special. A new Kiss book, Blood Stardust. Number 1 out this week for Kiss fans. The new Mars Attacks book starts this week. I'm excited to check that one out. I really liked the one that John McCrae did. I thought that one was pretty good. Red Sonja Halloween special. Vampirella Dejathoris. I don't read those. Vampirella Halloween special. So some Halloween specials from Dynamite. So that makes sense. That's kind of cool. Then we'll get to Image Comics. But first, let me look at some comments here. Alexander, I've said it before, I'll say it again. I think that Netflix canceled those series because my hope is that they canceled Luke Cage and Iron Fist to do a Heroes for Hire show. My instinct is telling me that they canceled them because they're going to cancel Jessica Jones, they're going to get rid of Punisher, they're going to get rid of Daredevil. They're just clearing it off to go and do their own thing on the Disney streaming service. That's just my idea, but who knows? I would love to see a Heroes for Hire show. That's what we need. That's what we wanted from the beginning. It'd be really cool if they cancel those to do a Heroes for Hire season 1. That'd be cool. I'd like that. Did you know that Ta-Nehisi Coates is borrowing Ed Brubaker's storytelling for his run with Lionel Francis Yu? And that it's a spiritual sequel, too. You're talking about with Captain America. Well, I think the last really good run of Captain America was Ed Brubaker's run. I think Ed Brubaker probably has the best run on Captain America, so it definitely makes sense for anybody who's writing Captain America to look at that. It's also, though, almost a direct sequel to Secret Empire, which they kind of haven't touched since it wrapped up, and maybe they shouldn't. But so far, I'm liking the ideas, but it doesn't feel like each issue is filled with enough story for me. Good night, Nelson. Have a good one, buddy. Enjoy that book. I don't know if they're going to shift them to the big screen. I think that Disney, when they do their streaming service, they want that stuff over there. But here's the thing. If they let go of these actors, are they going to let go of this portion of the MCU? Because it's part of the MCU. Are they going to give them films? How do you do that film? You have to, if you do a Luke Cage or a Daredevil show even, like a movie, and you use Charlie Cox for Daredevil, you have to rely on the idea that the people that are watching the movie have seen that show. Now, I know a lot of people have, but a lot of people haven't. Do you tie it too far into it? You can't do, I don't know. I don't know. It'd be interesting. I think they work really good as TV shows. Daredevil especially, though. Airboy was actually really good. It was a very big surprise for me. So that would be neat. Yeah, I think they're going to relaunch exclusively on the streaming service. And I hope they relaunch with Heroes for Hire. I like Dan DiDio. I think he's done a great job at DC. He's had some missteps because he's taken chances. You don't have success without taking chances. Dan DiDio is not afraid to take chances. I like him because of that. They're not always good decisions, but overall, I think the direction of DC for the last 10 to 15 years, I think the direction of DC since 1986 has been incredibly positive. That's just me personally. And I know he didn't have to do with a lot of that. But I like the direction of DC under DiDio. I do. As Boxcar Games wants to remind everybody, it's a time right now to smash that like button. Hit that like button. Boost this channel up. We are still a very, very small YouTube channel. So we're growing, and that's because of you guys. So we appreciate it. Hit that like button. Share, all that jazz. Thank you guys so much. Let's look at what's coming up from Image Comics this Wednesday. Burnouts #2. I thought Burnouts #1 was really, really cool. So I'm really excited about that. Cold Spots #3 is out just in time for Halloween. Days of Hate #9 is out this week. The first volume of Isola comes out this week. One of my favorite books of the year, by far. Check that one out. Rat Queens #12 is out this week. Redneck #16, so yet another horror comic from Donny Cates. And Regression #12. Out from Image this week. Now we're going to jump over to Marvel. What does Marvel get out this week? How are y'all doing? Stephanie, I agree with you. I'm not necessarily concerned, super concerned about the direction of Image right now, but Image has definitely waned, I think, in the recent last year or two. Image used to be consistently top hit, great. Now not so much. They still have a very diverse spread of stories out there, and I think that's a great thing. But now you got a company like Vault coming up. Guys, right now, Vault, my publisher of the year. We still got a couple months to go, but I don't think that's going to change. When I do my end of the year type stuff, I think Vault is going to be the publisher of the year. I did not open any Walking Dead blind bags personally. It does not surprise me if they were damaged coming from Diamond. Yeah, Lance, we've talked about this. Image is not as consistent as they once were, but maybe that's because they widened the range of their stories. But I don't know. That is so funny. Boxcar, I thought you were saying something dirty because you said you pulled a Hitch black and white version. Talking about a comic book cover. That's funny. Aftershock is doing really, really well right now. They started off okay, I think, but they have really pumped out some consistently good material. I think Aftershock and Vault are coming for Image, and I think they're starting to overtake them as far as quality of consistency of product. Absolutely. Image still has good books, though. Farmhands, one of my favorite books. Gideon Falls is my favorite book of the year so far. So Image is nothing to sleep on, but they don't, like, those are from the trusted creators, but just it seems like you can't just bank on an Image #1 being great right now. That being said, though, still doing some great work. Probably have more good titles right now than DC and Marvel. But I don't know. Jeff, I love Ice Cream Man. Ice Cream Man, my interest waned a little bit towards issues 4 to 5, but issue 6 brought me right back in. I loved issue 6. I loved issue 7. I'm excited for more. Did we get an issue 7 yet? Yeah, we did. Right? I'm not really the big fan of Avatar Press. Avatar Press typically does like just incredibly like in-your-face, crude type comics sometimes. They've had some decent work in the past. It seems like they don't really edit the creators, so that's kind of cool. But they also kind of just, sometimes they take ideas from creators, give them top billing, and then just pump out a mediocre product under that title, under that creator's name. They do this a lot with Alan Moore. They've done it with Jonathan Hickman. They've done it with Warren. Warren Ellis has had some great Avatar book. There was one, Atmospherics, is really, really good. Bad Signal, which is a collection of some of his online essays and thoughts, was released through Avatar. Avatar's done good things here and there, but overall, I just don't think they're a good company. I just don't think they really pump out a lot of quality material. Image does have a lot of books. That's what I'm saying, is maybe one of the reasons why it seems like Image is falling behind is because they have so many more books. So as far as being prolific, Image is certainly one of the most prolific companies right now. But it's just, they used to have a higher percentage of really good, solid books, but they still pump out some of the best comics on the market. I am loving Beyonders right now. I'm not a code breaker either, so I'm not into the whole, like, there's a hidden code throughout the book. I'm not trying to figure that stuff out. I'm just loving it, though. Current Marvel titles to check out. Venom and Exiles, I agree. Avengers, I agree with that one. Amazing Spider-Man's good. Venom probably to me is the best Marvel title right now. Yeah, for sure. Those ones are really, really solid. What else is there? What else? Guardians of the Galaxy, when that starts in January, that's going to be really good. What else is really, really good for Marvel right now? Usually, seriously, name some of my favorites. Venom, Exiles, Avengers, Mr. and Mrs. X, I kind of like a lot. Oh, yeah, there we go. Unstoppable Wasp, Cosmic Ghost Rider, Fantastic Four. Thank you, guys. I had a complete just brain stop right there. Any Pokemon Go fans today? I had the best community day of my life today, guys, by the way. I caught 4 shinies. My girl, my lady, caught 5 shinies. I got 2 Mewtwo's. My first 2, right? Those are my first 2. Super cool. No Beyonders at your local comic shop. You got to request it then. You got to request it. Doctor Strange with Mark Waid. That's a great run so far. I'm really liking that. Let's see what's coming out from Marvel this week. Amazing Spider-Man #8. That's a great one from Marvel that I would recommend. Black Panther versus Deadpool #1 is out this week. That would be interesting, right? Oh, they're doing a hardcover of the Soldier X stuff from Cable. Underappreciated Marvel comics from the early 2000s. Soldier X. Igor Cordley, or whatever his name was, his run on Cable / Soldier X. Fantastic stuff, man. Really evolved the character forward, and they kind of toned the character back down since then. Infinity Wars, Arachnite. Yay, another Infinity Warps. I am so bored with those. Sleepwalker number 2, though, is very exciting. Soldier Supreme number 2 is out this week. Moon Knight number 200 is out this week. Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur number 36. There's a Captain Marvel Halloween Spooktacular out this week. That's really cool. I didn't know that was coming. Punisher number 3 is out this week. Return of Wolverine number 2. Not digging that one. Sentry number 5. That's a really cool Marvel book. It's probably about to wrap up. I think that might be the final issue. Spider-Geddon number 2. Speaking of Spider-Geddon, Spider-Girls number 1 is out this week. Star Wars Dr. Aphra number 25. Should be a new What If this week, too. Yeah, What If Thor was raised by the Frost Giants? Out this week. X-Men Black continues with its one-shots focusing on the X-Men villains with Juggernaut. And X-Men Red number 9 just recently announced that X-Men Red is ending. Obviously to make way for a more solidified X-Men line, which we will have coming soon, I'm certain. Michael Morrissey has apparently responded to me on Twitter about something. That's crazy. I haven't tweeted at him in a long time. I have to see what that's up in a minute. DC Comics is next. FF number 3 has been delayed. It's not coming out till November. Sarah Pichelli has also been replaced on issue number 4. She is also not on issue number 5 or 6. I think we may have seen some of the last Pichelli Fantastic Four artwork for a while. X-Men Burnt Sienna, that's funny. The X-Men, I actually like the idea of color coding the X-books because back in the heyday of my generation's X-Men fandom, X-Men Gold, X-Men Blue, right? So that made sense. I liked it. Red, I liked the idea of black. I thought black would be like the Wetworks X-Force type team. But instead, they're going back to Uncanny X-Men. They're going back to X-Force. There's probably going to be an X-Men number 1 relaunch at some point, too. So there we go. X-Men Periwinkle Blue. Absolutely. My favorite Marvel comic, though, Ryan, is Venom. That's the one I think you should definitely check out. That's great. Great stuff. We're about to get to DC. DC's pumping out some good work right now, I think, in my lifetime. I have to pee so bad. You know, there was a time like a few weeks ago I like left in the middle of the live stream to go urinate, and I'm doing it again, believe it or not. So just hold on, bear with me. I'll be right back. And we're back. Have no fear. Isn't that messed up that I do that to you guys? I had to really go. I had to go. Rather than cutting it short tonight, just take a little break right there, right? Anyway, what's up, everybody? X-Men Olive Green, you having fun with that stuff? It was a Snatch reference, yes. Yeah, I think it's funny too. It's, I guess it's a nice chair. It feels nice, I guess. It's solid. It's white. I don't know. It's a white foldy chair. I don't know. It's an all right chair. A great X-Men book. I think there are some great X-Men books out right now. I think Mr. and Mrs. X is good. I think Multiple Man is really good. I think Astonishing X-Men is really good. Are they great? No. So I get what you're saying. So anyway, let's look at the DC comic books coming out this week. You know, I've really actually been enjoying the X-Men Black stuff. It was nice seeing Claremont come back and do a Magneto story. I thought it was all right. The Mojo story really kind of surprised me. I thought it was a nice, fun story. And the Mystique story was actually really nice, too. If I could replace Detective Chimp on Justice League Dark, who would it be? I wouldn't want to replace Detective Chimp. I would replace Man-Bat. Who would I replace him with? Deadman, iVampire, who else would it be? Constantine, maybe. The Constantine needs to be a peripheral member, kind of like he was in the Swamp Thing run by Alan Moore. If Hickman did the Fantastic Four, if Hickman did the X-Men, that would be so amazing. I'd be down for that. Typically, he doesn't like the X-Men, though. I think he's holding out for Legion of Superheroes. What about you? It'd be nice, though. I think it'd be really cool. He's already worked and handled with the Shi'ar. I think it'd be really cool. I think it's a little too late to jump onto Mr. Miracle right now because the next issue is going to be the final issue. I would totally recommend, though, that you pick up the trade paperback because that's been one of the best books of all time, in my opinion. And I know it's weird to say that kind of thing in the middle of it. Now, when Tom King and Gabriel Hernandez Walta were doing The Vision, it was being compared to Watchmen level, right? Maybe that was premature. It is that good. It is Watchmen level. Speaking of which, if you guys are not part of the PCP Army, you don't know this, formal announcement, Comics Revisited 2019, 12 episodes, going to be all about the Watchmen. It comes in 2019. So we're doing the Watchmen. We're doing Venom books right now. And it seems like, people are like, Venom. Yeah, right? We got a really nice schedule planned out. Like I said, we're doing some Venom books for a while. We'll do a V for Vendetta in the middle of it, right around November 5th. Get it? Aren't we clever? So we're doing that. In December, we're going to be doing Aquaman and Miles Morales' Spider-Man. And next year, we have some really exciting stuff. Some Warren Ellis Wildstorm type stuff. We're doing 12 episodes on the Watchmen. We're going to relook at some big X-Men events like Age of Apocalypse, Fatal Attractions, Onslaught. Lots of fun stuff coming up. And we're also going to start tackling some Grant Morrison comics with Zenith. There's something floating there. Zenith is going to be the first Grant Morrison book we tackle, and we're going to tackle the majority of them. A lot of people are loving Justice League Dark right now. I think it's all right. I think it's pretty decent. I love Astonishing. Yeah, it's really funny. I don't think you're the only one, S Squared, enjoying Greg Land artwork. I typically do not, though. I don't like Greg Land's artwork. Thank you, Comics Misexplained. It's probably going to be starting in March, but it's going to be 12 episodes. So we're going to get in depth on the Watchmen. And we got Alicia and Brian going to be joining us for those ones. Because I don't think I can tackle something like Watchmen alone or with just one other person. I'm going to have two of the most smart and intelligent people about comic books I know, Alicia and Brian. So I'm excited about that. What is that green pickle-like toy behind me? It is Pickle Rick from Rick and Morty. From DC Comics this week, we got Action Comics 1004. Looks to be one of the coolest foil covers coming out this month from DC. Batgirl number 28 with a foil cover. Batman Beyond number 25 with what looks to be a very gorgeous foil cover. Batman Kings of Fear number 3. Books of Magic number 1 out this week, finally. Detective Comics 991 out this week. Flash number 57 is out this week. Justice League Odyssey number 2 with a foil cover. That one looks interesting. Looks like a cover not meant to be foil at first. Old Lady Harley starts this week, guys. Number 1 from Frank Thierry. a fellow Yankees fan. Raven, Daughter of Darkness, number 9. Scarlet, number 3 is out this week. Scooby-Doo Team Up, number 43. Looks like he's teaming up with Doom Patrol. Very exciting. Silencer, number 10 with a foil cover. Terrifics, number 9 with a foil cover. Titans, number 28 with a Drowned Earth tie-in. United States versus Murder, Inc. The first trade paperback comes out at DC this week, as well as Scarlet Book 1. And Wonder Woman number 57, continuing on the Witching Hour story, comes out this week from DC Comics. So now we have almost an hour into the show, finally covered all the comics coming out on Wednesday. Yes, I am totally on Twitter at the Rockin Robbie. You should follow me. I don't post too often on there, but I really, really need to. There's some people that I have met and follow on Twitter that really enlightened and elevated my life. So I really need to be on there a little bit more. Ethan Van Sciver, John Malin. I was never really a big fan of Malin. Van Sciver, I like some of his artwork. Sometimes it's a little stiff. I think it's all right. Why do they join Comicsgate? It's just the way they feel, I guess. They're like the big dudes over there, though, aren't they? Who cares? Am I smoking? I am vaping. I'm vaping a Bombies Nana Cream. So it's got some nicotine in it. 3 milligrams. I'll Google it real quick. I'll see what it is. I don't have too much dead air. You know, Halloween's coming up, guys. And in fact, I actually intended this to be more of a Halloween-y type live stream. So I got a bunch of Halloween-y type toys I'm going to show off. And one that's not, but it's something new that has come across, and I just really want to check it out. Other Cat's done a lot of Transformers artwork. It looks good. I don't dislike the artwork on Transformers. I think it takes a very talented artist to do that and do it well. That stuff looks cool. I'm seeing a bunch of Transformer stuff. Looks good. Looks good. What must we think about the diversity issue on comic books or adaptations? What is the line of being racist or homophobic in criticism about change, gender, or sexual preferences of comic book characters? A lot of characters that exist right now were created back in the 60s. Back in the 60s, we weren't in the most diverse mindset. So it makes sense that they want to like make it more diverse today. It makes sense socially. It makes sense business-wise to me, to have a wider appeal to an audience. I don't mind. I just want a good story. That's the way I feel. That's the way I feel about it. Yeah, Halloween toys. Yeah, think what you want. The problem with some things that have been going on lately is that if you don't like a book, you don't like it. Move on. Not every comic book is for everybody, but comics are for everybody, right? Does that make sense? So if you don't like it, find something you do like. If you find something you like, for whatever reason, who cares? Enjoy it. What do you like? What do you enjoy? That's what we should focus on. But I'm all for diversity in comic books. As far as creators, as far as the audience, as far as the characters, I'm all for it. That's me. I'm a pro-diversity person. That's what I feel. So Iceman's gay now. Okay. That's interesting to me. That could be taken in a very interesting direction. It really, really could. He was always kind of portrayed as someone who seemed like a womanizer, right? So now you got an interesting idea and character. More interesting than Iceman's been, at least to me, right? Now, I'm not a hardcore Bobby Drake fan. My favorite Iceman thing is the second action figure they've ever made for him. And he had this cool little thing that would shoot out, whatever. Super cool, right? But that's an interesting idea. Like, why did he disguise it that way for so long? What does that say about the character? Like, tell a good story. Tell a good story and I'll respond to it. And eat pickles. I love pickles. But yeah, that's Pickle Rick right there. I'm Pickle Rick. No, whatever. It's Rick and Morty. I love Rick and Morty. Yo, sandwich cut pickles are the best. Those are the best pickles. They seriously are. All right, Halloween-y type toys. What are we going to show off first? Let's show off some pops first. Here is my Freddy Krueger pop, because Freddy Krueger's the man. One of the best, right? Super cool pop. I like horror films. Freddy's the greatest. We've talked about this before. The ultimate Freddy Krueger trilogy is Nightmare on Elm Street, Dream Warriors, New Nightmare. Perfect, right there. That's all you need. It's all you need. All you need. Freddy Krueger fans out there? Now I got this Pinhead pop. I think Pinhead is way cooler than Freddy Krueger personally. In fact, out of everybody, like all the 80s horror icons, Jason, Freddy, Michael, it's Pinhead. It's all about Pinhead for me. Pinhead's the greatest. I also got this other Pinhead pop. I guess this one is a Hot Topic exclusive because he's got his arms crossed. This one he's holding out the lament configuration. Pinhead's the greatest. I met Doug Bradley a few years ago. Fantastic guy. Seemed really cool. Pinhead, iconic. And probably if you have an 80s horror film icon battle royale, Pinhead wins. Sorry, Pinhead wins. Unless someone gets that box and just closes it, right? But the other person that would be in that would be Michael Myers. There's my Michael Myers pop still in the package. These things are worthless in the package. I mean, you can open them, you can put them back, whatever, right? But there's my Michael Myers. I think that's super, super cool. And then the original movie slasher, Norman Bates, right there. Love that. So there's some of my horror pops. I'll show off my Blade pop real quick, right there. Blade's kind of horror related, right? Blade the Vampire Hunter, one of my absolute favorite Marvel characters of all time. He's totally in my top 5 Marvel characters. I love Blade. Love this pop. How cool is that guy? Blade's the coolest. Blade's the absolute coolest. Yes, but she was in Astonishing. At the beginning of Astonishing X-Men, Dazzler was on a tour. So I think they're referencing the single that was released in support of that tour. Does that make sense? He became the Deadpool of the horror world. He became the Deadpool. Just like Deadpool, though. Deadpool didn't start off like the Deadpool of today. There we go. But yeah, Freddy's great. Out of all those, though, I really like the Halloween films. I love the Freddy films. The Jason films are not my favorites. I love Hellraiser 1 a lot. Pinhead's just, I love Pinhead so much. Pinhead's cool. I got some more pops over here. They're Universal classic monsters. So we're going to show those off. Since we're on the pop thing, first of all, the Mummy, Boris Karloff. There he is, right there. Looks nice. A decent pop. Not, I think it would have been cool if they did a version of him, because he's only the Mummy in that movie for like the first bit, right? And then he's like this badass old sorcerer, right? Imhotep. I'd like a pop of that. That's more the Mummy to me. But this does look more like was it Karis, right? The Mummy from The Mummy's Ghost, The Mummy's Hand, The Mummy's Curse, The Mummy's Tomb. That looks more like that Mummy. But it's so cool that they did the Mummy. There's the Gill Man, the creature from the Black Lagoon, affectionately called the Gill Man. This is a really nice pop. These are earlier pops. Pops now have really they're so much better now than they were back then. These all have that body almost, but that's a great pop right there. The Gill Man. The Bride of Frankenstein, another really cool pop, really cool design. A very iconic character as well. Almost as iconic as the Frankenstein monster. There we go, right there. And I also have another Frankenstein. I don't have it accessible right now. That has the flower. It was like a Walgreens exclusive this year with the rose, or with the flower, not a rose, but a flower. Really fun stuff. Really fun stuff. For Wolfman fans, we had a Wolfman fan earlier. There's my Wolfman pop right there. Love that. Lon Chaney Jr. as the Wolfman. Lon Chaney as Lawrence Talbot. And my favorite of the Universal monsters, Dracula, right there. My Dracula pop. One of my absolute most favorite pops I own. Dracula right there. Love those. Yo, Tim Curry has played 3 of the scariest characters in cinema. That's Dr. Frankenfurter, the demon, devil / whatever character from Legend, and Pennywise. Come on. Tim Curry's amazing, right? I agree. He's so scary in Legend. Oh, my goodness. Exactly as squared. The idea of coming out as a mutant is very comparable to the idea of coming out as a gay person. So I'm sure that Bryan Singer, being a gay man, had that in mind when he wrote that scene, or when he filmed that scene, I should say. How in the hell is Optimus Prime an angsty book? Is Optimus Prime himself super angsty? That's totally against the character. What's so angsty about that book? That's crazy. I totally have those Halloween McBuddies, the Halloween McBuddies. I totally have those. They're right there. And if you notice, there's so much empty space up here right now. It's because of all the stuff's down here. Yeah, I'm about to get to those. Very fun. I have some Burger King things too. Anybody remember the Universal Monster Burger King toys? I also got, okay, I got this. We'll go ahead and get into this because this is not Halloween related whatsoever. This is the Bruce Wayne custom coupe from Batman Returns. Anybody remember this thing? So Batman Returns had an awesome toy line from Kenner, and this was part of it. So it's Bruce Wayne, and it's a special Bruce Wayne figure that came in here. It's the same Bruce Wayne figure from the, Bruce Wayne figure that had the Batman armor, but it's got a different shirt. He's like purple. Like, it's the weirdest turtleneck ever, but I think it's pretty dope. So this car came with this figure, and then you put your own little Batman figure inside of it in the front, and does this cool like quick change thing. And so I just really wanted to do this on camera. All right, so there we go. And it's the Batcoupe. That's a cool looking car, right? Right? Like, it's pretty cool. Bruce Wayne just chilling. Oh, the Joker's attacking. What's going on? Batcave is all the way over there. So far, ready? Ready for it? There we go. He just became Batman before our eyes. Now he's got these missiles. Now he's got this cool bat symbol. This cool like little bat wing. Like, look, it's like it turned into a little bat wing, Batmobile, and bam! It almost got the Mummy. I love this toy. I think it's so cool. And I'm glad I got it to work. Oh, he just turned into Bruce Wayne again. Let's do it again. Ready? Ready? Oh man, Bruce Wayne fell out of the car. There's a little Batman in there though. They get stuck in there. It's not the most perfect system in the world. But there's a little Batman. Anyway, I'm just gonna set that out of the way. I just really wanted to do that on camera tonight. I thought that was super fun. Heck yeah. Those Star Wars glasses from the 80s are awesome. Yeah, Bruce Wayne drove an Eclipse. Yeah, totally. An Eagle Talon. That's what it is. I don't know. I do a little bit of Burger King, myself. I'm a vegetarian. I don't eat meat, so they have a vegetarian, like a veggie burger. But they always, like, I hate ketchup. Ketchup is the worst thing in the world to me. And they always put ketchup on it. I'm like, no ketchup. I'm like, it doesn't come with ketchup. I'm like, yeah, it does. As long as there's no ketchup on it, then they put ketchup on it. It makes it worse. So I'm done with it. I'm done. Yeah, I've been done with Burger King for a while because of that. You had the custom coupe when you were a kid? How cool is that thing, man? Yeah. Yeah. Stephanie, I would love for you not to let your son loose in this room. Ketchup's, yeah, I actually had ketchup the other day. My lady likes ketchup, and we had some crinkle cut fries and some corn dogs, veggie corn dogs. And before you ask, and she wanted some ketchup. We got some ketchup. I was like, I'm craving for some ketchup. If it's the tiniest little, I found if it's the tiniest little dab on a fry, I don't mind it. It brings me back to when I was a kid and liked ketchup. But overall, I pretty much hate ketchup. It's the worst on a burger, on a hot dog. It's insulting. Screw ketchup. That's just me. That's just me. So Burger King had these universal, they don't have a Happy Meal. It's a kid's meal, right? And they have these 4 universal toys. They're pretty cool. There's a Gill Man right there, Creature from the Black Lagoon. Look how cool that is, right? And his thing was you could suck up some water and he would spit out water, right, by hitting that, right? But how cool is that? That's super cool. We have the Wolfman right there, a really cool action figure. Really like that one. I just was really pleased with these being like kids' meal toys. From Burger King, it even says, yeah, Burger King 1997. 1997. There's the Dracula. The Dracula's cool. Both the Dracula and the Wolfman came in these like caskets. And so he would be in a casket. The casket is somewhere. You'd flip a lever and he'd pop out of the casket like that. And the Wolfman would pop out of his casket, and at the top of it, it was more of a box. And at the top of the box, a full moon would pop up. How cool was that? Then the other one is the Frankenstein monster. Looks a little weird because he's got this weird translucenty face and hands, but it's because he came with this, and I have it over there somewhere. It was like his rack, right? Like his little medical bed that he's laying on. You click a button and a light goes off and it makes them light up. So it's the electricity that brings them to life, right? Really cool ideas, really cool toys. So much that I still have them. There they are right there. They also all came with glow-in-the-dark stickers. Like cool, right? Super cool. Do we know officially where the Power Ranger comics are going? I don't know if we know that officially yet, but Hasbro is definitely doing the toys. Very excited for that. I've heard good things about Phantasmagorica, but it was unfortunately sold out at Diamond. We couldn't get it by the time we heard of it. It's got a couple more toys. Let's go ahead and show this one up. My homie Jelani gave me this one a long time ago. It's a talking Freddy. I don't know if it still talks. Let's see.
I'm gonna split you in two.
This thing is so cool.
Never played Skip the Cat?
When he first gave me this, me and my homie Kevin were driving in my car. This was in the back seat. It was in the back seat for a long time. It just started going off on its own. It was one of the most scary things ever. Let's hear. He's got a few things he says.
Come to Freddy. Welcome to my nightmare.
You know, I'm going to tell you this. His arm and head are supposed to move too, and they're not right now for some reason.
Tell him Freddy sent you.
But it still talks and actually sounds really good, doesn't it?
Oh, what's wrong? Did someone have a nightmare? You're mine now, Piggy.
You're mine now, Piggy. Yeah, I remember that.
I'm gonna split you in two.
All right, now we're going to one more time just to keep my cats in order.
Never played Skip the Cat?
Anyway, my buddy Jelani got that for me. I still have it. It's still really fun. Why does it not move anymore? It used to, like, he would move like this. His glove would move up and his head would move. That's weird. Super weird. So how's everybody doing? Anybody know what they're going to be for Halloween this year? I'm going to be Ghostface from Scream. Anybody else know what they're going to be? What you going to be for Halloween? Do you dress up for Halloween? If not, you should. Super fun. I'm really excited. We do a PCP annual. We do a PCP Halloween party every year. Super fun stuff. Very excited for this one. Oh, that's nice. All 4 turtles. That's great. That's super cool. Super cute too. A whole family of turtles. That's awesome. David's working on his costume for the party. David, you're coming to the PCP party? That's awesome. That's so cool. That's so cool. You going to play beer pong with us? You should. Tommy said he was going to be my partner, but I'm hoping Zach is my partner. I want to be partners with Zach. Maybe Alicia. Me and Alicia could probably dominate the table. We're typically on the opposite sides for some reason. Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. Doing the Moana. That's super cool. Sweet tea ping pong. Okay. Sweet tea pong. That's cool. I don't care what you drink. You should play with us, though. It's super fun. It's just a fun game to play. It's going to be a fun night at the PCP party. You know, we've never filmed, like I've always intended, maybe we should film some video footage at the PCP party, but we always just have so much fun. Maybe we should do some footage, though, for everybody else that doesn't get to make it. So Beetlejuice, you remember these toys? I loved these toys when I was a kid. This one in particular, I loved. The thing is, you had to get the purple suit Beetlejuice so you could put that head on this one, and it would be really cool. Because Beetlejuice belongs in the red and white vertical stripes. This was cool. He's got the snake head. Do you remember that moment from the movie? A little snake head there. See it? It's not going to focus too well, but yeah, there's a little snake head. Then you put this head on. These Beetlejuice toys were ingenious. I thought they were so, so cool. But the coolest thing about the Beetlejuice line was this right here, his grave. That's right. So let's show this off. You thought the Bruce Wayne custom coupe was cool. Let's check this one out. So we got a grave. It's Beetlejuice. Let's put him in there. So Beetlejuice is in there. Now let's just move the lever over and... Oh, he's gone. There's no Beetlejuice. What's up with that? Can we bring him back? Oh, there he is right there. How cool is that? Like, seriously? When I was like a kid, like 10, 11, whatever, whenever these came out, that was the coolest. This thing's so cool. I found these at an antique show earlier this year, $5 for everything. This is a little broken. If you notice, it kind of sticks right there. So you kind of got to wiggle it. And it's a little, oh, wow. It's coming undone right there. There we go. But it's just beautiful. Just a great little, oh, fantastic stuff. Fantastic stuff. Love those Beetlejuice toys. Love those Beetlejuice toys. We're about to get to the Halloween McBuddies. Those are the next. Final things we're going to do on Show and Tell. Then we'll be wrapping up. So any final questions, get them in right now. Talking about upcoming comic books, movie news, pop culture news, TV, anything like that. Let's get on with it. But I will ask you a question. What is your favorite Halloween candy? I want to know. Me personally, caramel apple pops, those lollipops, those are great. Reese's peanut butter eggs, can't beat those. The Cadbury Scream eggs, they're just like the Cadbury cream eggs, but they're green inside. I love the plethora of cereals that we get. Not quite candy, but of course you guys know I'm a fan of Count Chocula, Boo Berry, and Frankenberry. This year though, Boo Berry, not very good. Frankenberry, not very good. Last night, mixed them both together like I typically do. It actually tasted really, really well. So Count Chocula on point this year, but Boo Berry and Frankenberry on their own were lacking this year. I don't know if they toned down the sugar content or changed the recipe or something, but something was off. Something was off with Boo Berry and Frankenberry. But mixed together, they still taste very, very good. I am also the one guy that loves those like peanut butter caramel chews or whatever that come in the black package and the orange package. I love those. Also, Harborough has these like sour gummy vampire bats. When I say I'm a vegetarian, I mean 99.5% because I still eat some gummies. And I still eat some of the marshmallow cereals. So I'm not 100% a vegetarian. There you go. Raisin Bran's good stuff though. Raisin Bran Crunch is even better. The Raisin Bran Crunch that had apples in it that came out this year, splendid. Magnifique. Halloween Crunch was always good. It's Captain Crunch, but it turns your milk green. Reese's peanut butter puffs is over there. You can't see them; they're off camera. You can see like the edge of the box. Reese's peanut butter puffs, but they did bat shapes this year. That was super fun, super fun. Those are the best. I read the first issue of House of Whispers and didn't really respond to it too well, so I just didn't really read it. What's your favorite Halloween candies? I had some candy corn last night. I know a lot of people aren't into candy corn. Favorite Halloween candies, y'all? Come on. I want to know. Always like popcorn balls, too. It seems like a Halloween type thing. So, McDonald's back in the early 90s, they did the most awesome line of Happy Meal toys, Kids Meal toys ever with a Halloween McBuddies. So back in the day, they used to, the Chicken McNuggets used to be these little characters, right? And they would like be on the commercials and all that kind of stuff. And so they did these really great Halloween versions of them where they have these Halloween costumes. And you can mix and match them and all that stuff. And they all have a unique face. But man, they're my favorites. I had them back in the day. When did they come out? It was like the early 90s, I want to say. 92, 93, maybe 94. I don't know. They did a second wave that's not near as fun. There's like a Ronald McDonald. They're not spooky. These ones are spooky characters. The classic monsters, if you will, almost. So first of all, we got the ghost. Super cool. So that's a Chicken McNugget dressed as a ghost for Halloween. It's got this little black cat and a little hat. And of course, you can take the McNugget out. And there's the McNugget right there. And there's the costume. And like I said, you can swap them out. They don't always work out very well. So here's the pumpkin. I really like that one. I think it's adorable. Look at that goofy face. And like I said, you can pull it out of its costume. And if you wanted to, you can take the ghost one, pop it out, and we could switch places. So this one's in there, but you see it doesn't quite work the same way. It doesn't look quite as cool, but yeah, you can do that. I'm gonna have to fix these real quick though before my anal retentiveness gets the best of me. Oh, I did it again. I just put them right back where. Oh, whatever. I'll get to them later. Anyway, Ghost and the Pumpkin. We haven't gotten to the best ones yet. Here's the witch. So there's a witch right there. How cool are these, man? When I was a kid, like, I don't even think I was a kid. I think I was like middle school, right? But I loved these things because I love the Universal horror movies, and I would like watch them, and I'd have these toys. Oh man, it was just the coolest. Just absolutely the coolest. Absolutely. We got a mummy right here. It's got a cool little spider on the head. That's the mummy one with the McDonald's logo. They all try to get that McDonald's logo in there. These are just the coolest toys ever for me. I think these are the best. We got a Dracula right there with a little bat on the head. How cool is that one? Like I said, you just pop them out. It's just a chicken nugget. A chicken McNugget. And the best one is the Frankenstein monster. Look at the detail. Look how cool that looks for a Happy Meal toy. They don't make them like they used to. And like, once again, so if you wanted to, we could have old Dracula dress up as Frankenstein. Whoa, look at that. What's going on there? We could also have Frankenstein dress up as Dracula. What's up with that? It looks like a goofy Dracula. It's crazy. Anyway, I love these things so much. I pull them out every year. I love them so much. All right. Milky Way, dark chocolate editions of anything. Reese's, Milk Duds. Seems like you guys, I get this a lot. Most people's favorite Halloween candy is just the fun size version of their favorite candy, of which Snickers is great. But like the Reese's peanut butter pumpkins, like first of all, Reese's cups are amazing. You add in the idea that they look like a pumpkin, it's even better, right? Cadbury eggs are good. You put green sugar gunk inside of it, it's even better, right? What's up, James? I'm glad you get to catch me live. I'm here every Sunday, usually at 7 o'clock Central Time. Not next week, though, but 2 weeks we'll definitely be back. No, they don't. Swedish fish. Yeah. Heck yeah. Swedish fish are awesome. And there's a Swedish fish vodka that's really good with Red Bull. Not encouraging it, but, it's pretty good. It's the only thing that makes that vodka good, in my opinion. Naked Nugget. It's cool and cool. Absolutely. I like the Little Debbie pumpkins too. I had some of those a few weeks ago. The ones because they do the apple one with the smiley face or whatever, but the pumpkin ones they do. And I'm that guy that loves pumpkin spice. I was at the store today and bought some pumpkin spice Cheerios because I hadn't bought any of it yet because I've been buying. I'm a cereal head. By the way, if you're a cereal head like me, you need to check out Cereal Time TV. So I try to get all these things. And so I got Count Chocula and Boo Berry and Frankenberry to last me for a while. And I got some of the Reese's Bats. I got the Halloween Crunch. I got the pumpkin spice Frosted Flakes. I'm gonna have to get me another couple boxes of those. Kroger had some this today. I need to get them. By the way, nobody answered me. Nobody plays Pokemon Go here. Today was Community Day. I had the best one ever. My best Community Day ever. I caught 2 Mewtwo's and 2 raids. And I got 4 shinies. My lady got 5 shinies of the Bedoom, whatever they're called. I don't know what's going to happen with Mark Waid. I know he's moving over. Him and John Cassidy are taking over at a comic book company, trying to start a universe. Is he leaving Doctor Strange? I haven't heard anything about that yet. You know, I remember the pumpkin spice Cheerios from last year, and they were so good. They were so good. So I got that box, and I also got a box of the maple Cheerios. They just for Canada's 150th birthday, they had a limited edition like maple syrup Cheerios, and that's available now in the States. And I was very excited to get a box of that. We're going to be wrapping up here in just a moment. So any final thoughts, any final questions, get them in right now. Hummus is everything. Hummus is the greatest. Hummus is great. So good. What's up, Roger? How you doing? We're about to wrap up. Any final thoughts, any final questions, get them in right now. Like I said, no Movie Monday tomorrow. Movie Monday is on hiatus until November, when we start back with Bohemian Rhapsody. Fantastic Beasts Part 1. We're going to revisit that. Then we're going to get into Part 2 when that comes out. We're definitely doing Aquaman. We're definitely doing Into the Spider-Verse. And we're doing mine and Brooks and Jelani's favorite Christmas movies. I told him we're going to do our favorite Christmas movies. Brooks chose Charlie Brown Christmas. Jelani chose Die Hard. And I chose Gremlins. So we're going to wrap up the year that way. Well, thank you guys so much. We're about to wrap up. Like I said, no Movie Monday tomorrow. The weekly comic book review will be up late Tuesday night, early Wednesday morning. Comics Revisited, Venom the Mace will be available Thursday for everybody. They'll be available tomorrow for our Patreon supporters. If you're not a Patreon supporter, get on patreon.com/PCP. You can help support this channel, or over there in the tip jar, right down there. There's a little tip jar somewhere right there. And you can donate money if you want to, whatever. Just liking and sharing and subscribing and all that stuff is just enough support. So thank you guys so much. Like I said, next week there will be no Robbie Rants Live. There will be no weekly pop culture wrap up. Taking a little break there. We got good things to come though. There is a top 5 coming out this week, probably on Friday. It's gonna be top 5 favorite horror comics. I've already filmed it, but I haven't had a chance to edit it together yet, or I was gonna release it tomorrow. But it's been a busy weekend. Like I said, today was a great Pokemon day. Then I watched the Cowboys tragically lose to the Washington team. So there we go. Now, Muppet Christmas Carol is not one of our favorites, as in the absolute favorite. But, you know, I wanted to finish out the year. I wanted to do Christmas, and I wanted us to each have a say. And so I was like, Brooks, Jelani, we're each going to do our favorite Christmas movies. Mine is by far Gremlins. Jelani's by far is Die Hard. And Brooks is such a Charlie Brown fiend. You guys have no idea. No idea. Fruity Pebbles is definitely one of the best cereals ever. My favorite cereal of all time, though, is Peanut Butter Crunch. Well, I appreciate it, guys. I appreciate it, S Squared. It's my joy to bring you the weekly comic book review. I love doing it. We should do a PCP Army meetup sometime soon. How about at the Huntsville Comic and Pop Culture Expo in March? Sounds like a good idea to do one. Maybe we should do one before that. Nightmare Before Christmas is one of my favorite Christmas and Halloween movies. We did a Christmas movies podcast. It is actually available on our website, on iTunes, and of course here on YouTube, where we talk about our top 5 favorite Christmas movies. You should totally check that out, Stephanie. I talk about Nightmare Before Christmas. I love it. Yeah, David, I think it sounds good. We should do a meetup. Maybe up at the Deep, up at the comic shop. And then we can do one at the Huntsville Comic and Pop Culture Expo in March. Because here in my hometown, Huntsville, Alabama, we have my buddy Jeremy puts on an excellent show. This is the 4th year of it. It's called the Huntsville Comic and Pop Culture Expo. You can look it up right now on Facebook, Twitter. I think he's got an Instagram page, HSV Expo. They got their own website. Check it out. It's on our page. It's on the PCP Army. We check it out a lot. Great guest this year. Wrestling guest, Jake the Snake Roberts. Jim Hacksaw Duggan's going to be there. Marv Wolfman's going to be here. Fantastic stuff. Some Power Rangers peoples are going to be here. Karen Ashley, Catherine Sutherland, Walter Jones, David Fielding. The voice actors for Vegeta and Goku are going to be here. I can't remember the dude's name. It's Michael something, right? The guy that played Reese in Terminator. He was also in Aliens. He's going to be here. There's more. Lou Ferrigno. There's more that I'm forgetting right now. Stephen Butler. Oh my goodness. And more to be announced. It's going to be a great show. Jeremy usually gives me an opportunity to meet some of these people. I've been able to introduce every Ranger that's been there. David Yost, Johnny Young Bosch, Austin St. John. That's been a pleasure. I got to run panels with Mike Grell. I got to run a panel with Chris Claremont. I got to run a panel with Fabian Nicieza. It's been so much fun. So I hope I get to do some more things like that this year. We will hopefully have a Pop Culture Philosophers panel again. Our first one that we did for a PCP panel was last year. We had a lot of fun doing it. So if you want to make plans, come down to North Alabama, March 19th and 20th, I think it is, Huntsville Comic and Pop Culture Expo. You can meet the Pop Culture Philosophers. We have a booth. We'll be there. We'll probably also have a panel, and we'll be all over the place. So you should definitely come and check that out. Top 5 European comics. That's a good top 5 idea. Yeah, it's like Michael Bean or Bain or something like that. Heck yeah. If you come from France, homie, you're going to be the guest of honor. I'm not even kidding. Wow, that would be crazy. I'd love to meet you, though. That'd be super, super cool. Super cool. I'd love to meet each and every one of you guys. So anyway, that's what we got for you guys this week. That's what we got for you tonight. Thank you guys so much. We really do appreciate everything from the bottom of my heart here. Thank you. Thank you so much. We're over 3,200, I think, right now. Are we not? Are we getting there? I don't know. We're over 3,000. We're heading towards 4,000 right now. We'll do another contest. Super excited. Thank you guys so much for your support. Please keep sharing this channel. These channels right here on YouTube, they make where they are by word of mouth. And that's all because of you guys. Thank you so much. I'm Rockin Robbie Billups here for the final Robbie Rants Live of October 2018. Thank you guys so much. Please do rock on. Go Cowboys. Go Lakers. Go Predators and Rangers and Maple Leafs and the Flyers and everybody else. Thank you guys so much. Thanks for rocking with us. We're dipping out. Happy Halloween. I hope you guys enjoy it. Keep rocking. And if you want to listen to some good new music, go to Fitness Was Taken. I'm going to be watching them next Sunday. Super excited to see Fitness. Y'all have a good one. Happy Halloween.